So I think today you might just need 2 bricks and a blanket, or 2 blankets, either or, and possibly a bolster too. So just make sure you're nice and comfortable. I'm going to leave my bricks there because that will be our first shape, which I'll talk to you about in a moment. Come to a nice easy pose, Sukhasana, if that works for you. If it doesn't, find yourself a different shape. Take a couple of full breaths into the body, just arriving, knowing that nothing really needs to be done. You can just really take this next hour or so for yourself. And I might be being a little optimistic, but I thought we would focus on warmth, love, light, and joy this evening. So we might need to, for those of us doing it live, create a bit of visualization because it's pouring down with rain outside. But at this time of the year, usually the energy is firing up. We're moving towards the summer, and we're moving into a more yang season. And the element associated with summertime is fire. And the emotion, the balanced emotion, is joy. Within the ancient teachings of yoga, we have many resources to help elevate our consciousness within ourselves, to bring about more positive feelings of joy and of love. And yoga teaches us to celebrate what we have and to learn to live with more tolerance, more acceptance, and more love, which ultimately leads to a more joyful life. And whatever beliefs we have, whatever religious path we might follow, we all agree that it's important to love and to be kind and understanding, and to try and to live together in union, which is very much what yoga is about, this union. So let's do our best this evening as we come into our practice and our poses, our asana together, to invoke some joy, practicing with an open and soft, joyful heart. And I'll be offering you some affirmations whilst we practice today. And if any emotions or thoughts come up, either from the affirmations or from the shapes that we're in, try not to judge them or yourself or ruminate over them too much. You might want to, after the practice, journal what came up for you, which affirmation felt empowering, maybe reaffirming, or even triggering for you. Nothing is good or bad, but it's a wonderful way to be present with any blocks that you may have, as well as any strengths. So let's just sit for a few more moments, feeling down into the earth, feeling that lift and lightness up through the torso all the way towards the crown of the head. And think about what brings joy in your life. Are you aware of what makes you happy? Or does the day sometimes get so busy that joy has to wait until sometime in the future? Remember, joy is feeling in the present moment, not something that you sort of look for in the future. Can you hold an image of what your life is now with that sense of well-being and of ease and of joy? Let's take another couple of breaths where you are. And we'll come into our first shape. So if you have a couple of bricks, and this isn't too prescriptive, you can change if you want to. I've got the brick closest to me on the second height, lengthways, and then the brick furthest away also on the second height, but widthways. So the first one is for your back, and the second one is for your head. And I'm going to pop a blanket over the first one, just because it feels nicer. And then you might need to wiggle a little bit just to find a comfortable position. Try not to get the brick too low so that you can get a nice comfortable shape on the back, and then resting your head onto the brick. Letting the knees just gently open out. Elbows are soft. And finding any other support here that works for you. If you want to take that first brick down to its lower level, or even the second brick, so that you get more of an opening through the throat. Start to allow that passive softening as you come down. Make sure that the body feels steady, warm enough. And each time you breathe in, try to feel that you're breathing into your body infinite peace. And as you breathe out, try to feel that you're expelling the restlessness within you. Feeling that peace and ease as you breathe in. Exhaling, releasing, letting go of the restlessness within you and all around you, as if you're creating almost an aura of peace, cocooning your whole body. And say to yourself silently, today is a gift, and I embrace it with positivity. Today is a gift, and I embrace it with positivity. Just letting that settle within the body, wherever it wants to settle. And allow that gentle flow of breath in your natural rhythm. And if your mind wanders, coming back to that affirmation. Today is a gift, and I embrace it with positivity. Continuing to breathe in the natural rhythm of your breath. And take 3 more breaths. Just starting to think about how you'd like to exit your shape. It may be that you want to slowly slide the hands towards the outer edge of the thighs and draw them in. Taking a moment there as the inner thighs come back to a more neutral shape. And then again, maybe using the hands to just slowly lift you up, or rolling onto one side into a seated position. And we're going to stretch the legs out in front of us, just sitting in our Dandasana shape for a moment, feeling that lift up through the spine. And from here, we're going to break our breath up into 3 parts on the inhale. So if you imagine you're breathing in a third, and then another third, and then another third, and then we'll take a slow exhale. And as we exhale, we'll slowly just fold forward, allowing the back to drape over and the head to relax. We'll hold the breath just for a moment, as long as it's comfortable out. And then as you sit up, we'll take a natural inhale and exhale, ready to breathe in that 3-part breath. So let's empty the breath. And when you're ready, breathe in a third, breathe in another third, and then breathe in that final third to fill up. Hold the breath for a moment. And then slowly and smoothly exhale, just sliding the hands down the legs, softening the elbows, letting the head soften all the way down, holding the breath out for a moment. And when you'd like to sit up, just sit up, taking a breath in. And then a breath out. And with this next inhale, we breathe in a third, breathing in joy, breathing in light, breathing in love. And then exhale just to release anything unlike that, letting it go. Relaxing the head down, holding the breath out for a moment, emptying the body. And then coming slowly back up to sit. And exhale. Breathing in that 3-part breath, breathing in joy, breathing in light, breathing in love, holding. And when you're ready, exhaling, softening the body forwards, softening the elbows, the shoulders, the head, the face. Coming back up to sit. Just taking that one more time in your own time, separating that breath Breathing in. And exhaling, softening into that forward fold as you come down. And there's no rush, just coming back to sit when you're ready. And give those shoulders a little roll up, back and down. Turning to the long side of your mat, we'll bend the right knee in and the left leg, your long leg, left leg out, nice and long. Might want a brick here to go on the inside edge of that left leg. I'm mirroring you. If your left leg is straight, doesn't matter if you've got the other one. That's it. We're going to work a little bit into the side body here. Our gallbladder, which is the meridian for our gallbladder, is on the outer edge of the body, outer edge of the legs, outer edge of the body. And a balanced gallbladder is a happy emotion, a nice, joyful, happy emotion. So maybe resting elbow onto your brick. Just start to open up. You can rest the head onto the hand here. Start to feel that opening up through the side body. And just investigate what it feels like to float that top arm up and over the head. If that feels too much in the body, in the back, anywhere, you can rest it back down again. Just settling in. Saying to yourself, I begin each day with a grateful heart. I begin each day with a grateful heart. Just let that move through you and settle in you. You sometimes feel these shapes more in the body. We sometimes feel these shapes a little bit more in the mind or in the emotions. And just connecting with the breath. Breathing through that sensation. I begin each day with a grateful heart. Softening the underside of the shoulder blades, the shoulders. And feeling that space through that side body. Opening up the channels, allowing the chi to flow. Got about 30 more seconds here. Again, just a couple more breaths in that natural rhythm. Starting to think about how you might release from your shape. Maybe that top arm wants to slowly float back. No jerky, jolty movements. You can use the underneath hand even to pick the head up as you bring the body back to neutral. Just take a moment to sit. Lovely. And before we come onto the other side, we're going to come into child's pose. So just popping the brick out of the way. Onto your knees. Take those knees as wide as feels comfortable. And if you'd like to make this pose a little bit more restorative, slide your bolster between the thighs and come down to land onto that bolster. So just gently either turning the gaze to one side if you are resting on your bolster, or if you're doing this practice without any props, or if you want to take the forehead to the floor, you can come all the way down. Just nestling the seat back towards the heels. And as you rest here, next time you breathe in, try to feel as though you are bringing in the energy of kindness into your body. And as you exhale, allow all feelings of doubt, of fear, and intolerance to leave the body. Breathing in the energy of kindness. And breathing out anything unlike that. And the more you breathe this way, the more you're bathing in this aura, not only of peace, but also kindness within you and all around you. And if your head is turned to one side, just very slowly lift and turn so you get a stretch the other way on the neck. If that's comfortable for your neck, of course, you shouldn't be feeling any discomfort, anything sharp or burning. Connect with the breath, the sensation of breathing, relaxing into your support, just for a few more breaths. Taking 2 more breaths here. And slowly start to lift up the body. Take your time. Coming up. We're going to drop down onto our bottom as we take that half dragonfly on the other side. And as we know, it might be that on this side, one leg feels a little bit tighter or a little bit more flexible than the other. So make any adjustments. Again, you can have your brick there if that works for you. You could also bring your bolster. Just arriving, not in the first breath, allow a few breaths for you to get into your shape, maybe floating that top arm up and over. You can adjust the gaze and the angle of the neck. And as you settle into stillness, say to yourself, I hold the key to my own happiness. I hold the key to my own happiness. Breathe that into the body. Let it circulate. Let it flow through. Let it settle into the body. Is there anywhere that you might like to soften a little bit more? Is there anywhere that needs to be engaged in order for you to feel secure in this shape? And remember, if anything comes up, either from the shape or from your affirmation, just notice, try not to get too involved, and maybe jot it down after your practice this evening. We've got about 30 more seconds in this shape. And just very, very slowly making your way out of your pose, supporting wherever you need it. We can feel a little bit fragile, a little bit tender sometimes when we come out of these shapes. Pop your brick out of the way and come to lie on your back for a mini shavasana, just lying all the way down. You've got a bolster and it feels nice to just pop it on top of the body, a little bit of support, Slide it up on the body. Anything that feels good for you right now. Relax into your shape. And next time you breathe in, try to feel that you're bringing in the energy of pure joy into your body. Feel your heart open, receive this joy wholeheartedly. And as you exhale, allow any feelings of anger, of sorrow, of suffering, leave you with the out-breath. Breathing in the energy of pure joy, circulating that joy within and around your body. Breathing out anything unlike joy. Until you feel like an aura, not only of peace and of kindness, but also joy within you and all around you. Connect again with your breath, feeling the sensation of your breath within the body. And take 3 more conscious breaths. And in your own time, making your way slowly back up to sit. There's no rush. And we'll come into deer pose. So bringing the right leg forwards, kind of in a right angle if that suits the hips, and the back leg behind you bent. Resting down onto that right hip. And if you have a bolster or anything to hand, you just gently sliding over that right thigh, maybe just onto your elbows. Maybe it feels nice to come all the way down. For me, I just like to rest down onto my elbows. Let the head relax, give it a gentle yes and a no. You might feel a gentle pressure in the abs through the front thigh if your body's quite far down. Feeling that breath moving all the way down into the abdominal region. So we're using that diaphragm as we breathe in and out. And our affirmation for this shape is, I am pure, positive energy. I am pure, positive energy. Even if it's difficult sometimes to really feel what we say, just doing your best. Throughout our whole practice, we want to practice with compassion to ourselves, with kindness, and without judgment.
Be aware of any parts of the body that might be able to yield a little more, to soften, to release the grip. And feel the breath creating space in the body. Each breath is a new opportunity to invite joy. I'm just going to invite you to change shape slightly into our pigeon pose, or sleeping swan as it's known in yin. But if this is a little bit tight on the hips and you'd rather stay in your deer pose, then please do. I'm going to ease around, squaring off the hips a little. And then lying forwards over the shin rather than the thigh into a deeper glute stretch. Straightening out the back leg. And if you don't want to take the whole body down onto the floor, you can rest the head into the heel of the hand or the palm of the hand. Feeling that beautiful opening around the right hip, pelvis, around the glute. All of those layers of muscle. And the deeper connective tissue around the left front of the left hip and the back of the right hip. And the affirmation I offer you here is, I bring light with me wherever I go. I bring light with me wherever I go. And if you're listening to the playlist that I sent you this evening, you'll be listening to a mantra, Om Tare, Tu Tare, Ture Swaha, known as the Green Tara mantra. Tara is an enlightened being, a bodhisattva. She's associated with compassion and is known as she who saves. The Tara mantra is said to overcome fear and anxiety, to remove suffering, and ultimately bring joy and happiness. And it carries a distinct focus on feeling joyful and freeing you from the confines that impede happiness. Breathing in joy, breathing in light, breathing in love. Next time you inhale, very slowly release from your shape. Just bringing the knees onto the floor so we're in a tabletop position. And you can stay here, maybe a little bit of movement through cat-cow if that feels good. Might feel nice to give those toes a tuck and stretch out through the body into a downward facing dog. Whatever you do, just doing it mindfully. And intuitively, what feels good for you right now. And slowly come into your deer pose on the other side. So bring that left knee forward, sit down onto the left hip. Coming down onto your bolster, if that worked for you on the other side. Take your time. Lovely. Using any props, any extra props that might work for your body. And your affirmation for this shape is limitless joy is my birthright. Limitless joy is my birthright. Settling into the body, into the breath, and allowing your affirmation just to circulate, to settle, just to be within. Limitless joy is my birthright. 30 more seconds. And remember, you have the option of staying here or starting to slowly transition into your swan. Might be that you need something padding underneath that left hip, glute. Check that the left knee particularly feels comfortable. As you settle down.
I am healthy, joyful, and vibrant. I am healthy, joyful, and vibrant. Connect to that within you and all around you. You've got less than a minute here. Start to slowly release from your shape. Again, making your way maybe into a tabletop position. You might want to just rest there in stillness. You might want to move a little or tuck the toes and press back into downward facing dog. Wherever you are, take another couple of full breaths. We're going to make our way into a soft dangle pose. So if you're on your hands and knees, just lifting slowly up onto the feet, wandering the feet and the hands towards each other. Soften those knees and drape the body down. If you're balanced, you can hold on to each opposite elbow. Getting all the beautiful benefits of your inversion. The blood moving towards the brain. The organs getting a rest from gravity. That beautiful stretch through the back of the body. Just another 3 breaths here. Reaching the hands slowly down, either towards the floor or to the support underneath you. Softening the knees and very, very slowly
unroll to a soft stance. So we're coming all the way up. Take your time. You've been upside down for a little while. Keep the gaze soft and low, or gently close your eyes. I stand in the joy I create from within. I stand in the joy I create from within. Let's breathe that into the body, into every cell of your being. I stand in the joy I create from within. And then releasing from your stance, we're going to bring our bolster so that we can come down into a squat pose. So lining it up centrally between the feet, turning the toes out. This is a supported squat, so we're dropping down. Try not to do a roly-poly off the back of your bolster. You can hold on, like on the reins of a horse if you need to. Otherwise, bringing the palms together at the center of the chest. Coming into our Anjali Mudra. And remember, you've got extra props if you need to, if it feels better to sit a little higher. Just stack yourself up. Left and right palm connect to the heart space. Again, just feeling the breath, the sensation of the breathing, nose, throat, chest, belly. I feel joyful, energetic, and alive. I feel joyful, energetic, and alive. Feel a gentle lift up through the central channel, up through the spine. Let those shoulders relax. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Releasing the mudra, maybe giving those wrists a little circle. Coming off of your support. Just come to the side of the bolster and move the bolster a little bit further away from you. dropping the hips down, we're going to lay sideways over the bolster. And you can have something the other side of the bolster if it feels better to rest your head on. And float the top arm up and over the head. You can soften it if that feels better for you. Just getting that comfort of the bolster underneath you so that you can rest the side of the ribs there and open up through that opposite side. Settle in to that support underneath you. Lovely. My heart is full of joy. My heart is full of joy. And as we become more quiet in our practice, as we draw closer towards the end, using any of your tools in your yogic toolbox to stay present. It might be a focus on where you feel it in the body. It might be that your anchor is your breath, or an affirmation, whatever works for you. Remember, this is your time. If that top arm is still reaching over, just slowly bring it back. And we're going to move on to the other side in whichever way is most easy for you. So you might want to sit up, swing round the other way, or just roll over so you have your back. And find the shape on the other side. As always, taking a few breaths to get there, and then doing your best to find stillness.
Just a few more breaths on this side. Next time you inhale, start to release from your shape. And bring yourself all the way down onto your back for our final pose of relaxation. With or without your bolster, your blanket, your eye pillows, your extra pillows, your sleeping bags, duvets, whatever you've got. Lie yourself down. And as you begin to rest, connect back into that inhale and exhale. Inviting in those qualities of peace, of kindness and joy into your body. Breathe deeply and send your body peace, kindness, and love. And also to the beautiful soul inside your body, to yourself. Breathe deeply. Return to your memory or thought that brings you joy. Notice what this creates for you. Maybe a feeling or emotion in the body. Maybe stability and ease in your mind. Maybe a softness in your heart. This joy, this happiness is what creates a sturdy emotional foundation. And it's always here with you, in your mind, in your body, and in your heart. Slowly connecting again with your breath, feeling your awareness rising to the surface as you feel the sensation of the breath in the nose, throat, chest, and the belly. Picture that breath moving all the way down into your arms and into your legs, to the tips of the fingers and the tips of the toes. And gently and slowly start to move in any way that feels good. Give yourself a nice full stretch. And mindfully and carefully bring yourself back to sit. Bringing the palms together at the center of your chest. In prayer pose, sitting up nice and tall. And one final affirmation to take with you this evening. I am a positive, radiant, beautiful person. I am a positive, radiant, beautiful person. Just saying that to yourself 3 times. Namaste.